up and don't tell me how to do things. I'm not saying that I'm special, I'm just unique. I am marching to my own beat. Mine's my playground, but it's really not amusing. Come out back and play, I'll show you where I keep my mood swings. Rhymes are random, I know it's confusing. That's just me, it's how I do things. Thoughts are getting darker, terrible like loose leaf. Please don't take advantage, please don't use me. Or your jaw gon' hang like curtains loosely. I'm obsessive, I know things consume me. Overanalyze until my face turns blue. See what you say, what didn't.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome. As you can see, Mr. Bashar having a good time dancing.
Yeah, man.
In the
That
background, having a great old time. We're going to have a great time. This is another episode of the 49ers Podcast Network, where all the content creators get together and have some fun and talk 49er football. So many things have happened since we last came live. Owners have met and approved some rules and disapproved some other ones. I'm pretty sure a lot of us will agree or disagree with some of those rules, and then we'll finally see Brandon can get in here. He keeps coming in and out. We'll finally get him in here. But before we go any further, Mariah, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me as usual. Good to see you guys.
Yeah, thank you for coming. We got Bashar from 49er Minded. What's up, brother?
Yo, what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? We're going to have a good time here with Ryan, here with Mariah, here with Beto. Let's go, baby.
Let's go. And then we got Mr. No Border Sports, Ryan, in the house. What's up, Ryan?
Man, doing good. The last show I was on that I was in charge of, I decided to do the first 4 minutes of the show without hitting the live button. So yeah, to start it all over again.
I love that.
So I'm glad you're in charge tonight, Beto.
Yeah, no, you know, when you said that, I looked up. I'm like, oh, okay, I did it.
I looked up for you already.
Okay, thank you. Because I've done that before.
I already thanked people in the chat. You know, had to do it again.
Isn't that funny when you and then you do it totally different. You did it from the first time, at least for me.
Yeah.
Just walking everybody that's coming in. Bebop, Bryant, Cope is in the house. 49er throwback. We got Don Dodson and the girls in here. So let's try to keep it PG. We got a young hitter. What's up, Josh? We got Kimberly in the house. What's up, Kimberly? Welcome. And we got David McNiner in the house. What's up, David? Good to see you. We got Eric in the house. What's up, Eric? Representing his Seahawks.
That's right.
We got Laura in the chat. What's up, Laura Cat? How you doing? Welcome to the chat. Let's see who else. Who else do we got in here? Raphael.
What up, Raphael?
Hi, 62 is in the house. What's up, Raphael? Cubo. Who else do we have? That's about it. Mr. came on the screen. What's up, Brandon? My co-host.
Brandon
of the night. How you doing, brother?
What's up, man? Sorry, I was trying to join, but it kept kicking me out. So I had to reset my tablet.
Oh, okay. You know, sometimes you got to pay the bill, but we'll go with that.
Hey, my shit's paid, all right?
Life's tough when you're living in your truck, you know.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm in my car again.
And there he is.
There he is, John
V. What's up, John?
Hi.
What up?
How you doing?
John V.
Poke him in the head. Nope.
The Vornado.
Hey, Brandon.
Yes.
Tell me, are you just driving to the nearest Wi-Fi, or are you?
No. So I actually have
just running an extension cord to your driveway. I don't know.
I think he's on the way to get snacks.
So this is I know this is the third week in a row that I'm in my car, but I'm hanging out with the lady, and I have my tablet right now, and
so
it's connected through Verizon. So we're good.
Did you unflated her and put her in the back seat?
No, she's doing some stuff right now.
Oh,
so I got time to.
It was one of those inflatable dolls.
We got to get you an RV.
I don't need an RV.
I thought you were going to say, did you just get her from the border? But...
Hey, look. I got a tablet through Verizon, so I'm all right. We're living life here.
I'm Beto.
I wish I could live in the car and drive around and do stuff.
Yeah.
Do a show in the
too,
middle of your
John V.
day.
I mean, you should keep your seatbelt on as tight as you can in case I blow.
I got it right here.
Hey, and while you're out, can you get me some chocolate peanut butter Muddy Buddies?
Want some chocolate milk?
No, chocolate peanut butter Muddy Buddies.
I don't know what that is.
Oh,
Bra-
I can't wait
Brandon's,
for you to kiss,
Brandon's
kiss
drinking
your
the
lady.
hard stuff tonight. He went from vanilla to
He's got the
chocolate.
I hope you're not eating
Can't wait.
sushi with it.
Is it the double
Hey,
chocolate?
No, never.
Come here and get a chocolatey
hella hard.
kiss.
No,
So,
mames.
Chocolate starfish?
Yep.
So, guys, I'm pretty sure everyone has heard of the new rules that have been approved. Some of them that haven't. Before we get into the rules that have been approved, I want to ask you guys, and anyone can answer, is
No.
the roughing the passer was not approved, and I don't understand why owners wouldn't want to approve that, specifically when a lot of teams could benefit from that. Bad calls, at least have the opportunity to challenge the play, right? Have the able to challenge the play and see if it was a questionable call or not. They did not approve that. So I want to ask you guys, let me go ahead and actually start with Mariah. Mariah, give me your thoughts on that particular ruling for them denying. What's your thought process on that?
Which one was that?
Where McDonald's bought
the
Burger
passer.
King and
Yeah,
sold
I
it to
don't know.
Carl's Jr.'s. The ruling about roughing the passer, it wasn't passed. They wanted to see, when there's a call of roughing the passer, that you have the ability to challenge the play and throw
The one that
flag.
the Rams had put forth.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Where I'm at with all the rules is that, I mean, we can't be reviewing every single play that's on the field, can we? I mean, is that what it's come to? Like, we're going to review every flag. We're going to review every single non-flag. We're going to review every call. We're going to review every non-call. Like, I mean, the game's already come to two-hand touch, flag football. Now we're going to have to stop every play, review, throw a flag, review, don't throw a flag, review. That's how I am with every single rule that's has anything to do with a review at this point.
Yeah. I mean, I hear you about, not really wanting to challenge everything, but I would think there's something that can really change the momentum of a game, such as passing the rusher. You would think passing the the passer, excuse me,
Passing the rusher.
you will want to challenge that. But I understand the ticky tack challenges, but certain things, I don't know. I just felt that I don't understand why they did that. But Bashar, let me ask you, what are your thoughts on that?
This is one of those issues where I'm kind of in the middle. I'm kind of leaning towards Mariah's side because she's right. Are we going to review every play now? I never really watched a game where I sat there and said, oh, wow, they have to review it. Maybe once in a blue moon, but it's not significant enough for me to really want that rule put in. There you go. More replays will just mean, the game's going to be dragged out longer when you watch it on TV, and it's okay. I can live without
You
it.
can live without it? Okay. What about you, Mr. Ryan?
I think that this
Ryan.
doesn't really do enough, and I think it's just another thing to kind of get hung up on during the game. They need to figure out, have some kind of all CNI upstairs, and they need to find some way to mesh between the referees on the field making calls and the guys up in booth stopping the play, and in certain situations to give certain plays that just didn't look right more time. And then, you know what I mean? There needs to be a balance to where, like you look at what's going on the offensive line, you look at what's going down the field play side. You're not worried about ticky-tacky on the opposite side of the field. You know what I mean? And between the refs on the field and the guys up top, we need to find a way to make every call a good call. So I don't think it really starts or stops with roughing the passer. I think it needs to go throughout every call.
Got you. What about you, John V? What are your thoughts?
Hey, this is the way I see it. The roughing the passer replays are the only one that I would consider. And if it matters, like maybe after halftime, so we should review, or look at it this way: we just need to review the controversial ones, right? We should review the controversial ones, the ones, not everything, because I agree with Mariah and Bash. Everyone, we're not gonna make this a baseball game, right? We're gonna review the controversial stuff. This way, there's no disregard. Now, you see, we got robbed in the Philly game because the replay only showed on television one or two angles, right? And we got a guy in the booth watching that particular feed. You understand what I'm saying? So when New York is looking at the play, they can see all angles. Okay, so they're right there. That situation right there should be a bigger deal, and we should be talking more about that, right? Because I think that's the one that cost us that particular touchdown. You understand what I'm saying? So I agree with you guys. We're not going to review every single play and make the game 5 hours long. But that particular situation in Philly, that was some bullshit, and that right there wasn't discussed enough. I can't even remember what pod I was listening to recently, and they discussed it, and I was tuned in, and I was like, this nonsense right here. We got robbed, we got gypped. So New York should have. I believe that New York should have a hard line into the game all 4 quarters. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if a red light bulb starts going off. Yo,
Like a
New
Kmart
York's got
special.
something. Listen, yeah, there's a hot special in aisle 2.
Kmart.
Get your ass over there, figure out what you did wrong. What did you miss? What's wrong? That Beto, that's probably my one concern, is that we review the controversial roughing the passer plays because we've made that particular I'm going to throw up. I mean, literally, dude, you're going to make me vomit.
Also,
if you either, what are you doing? Are you rolling the car? What the hell's going on over there, bro?
what about delay of game? It seems like the
I'm
way
trying to move my camera.
the mechanic of the way they figure out whether it's a delay of game or not seems extremely antiquated. They look to see if the clock's gone to 0, and then they look to see if the ball's hiked. They need to have something where it's buzzing in their pockets so they can be staring at the ball the whole time. And if the buzzer goes off and the ball isn't hiked, that's a flag. You know what I mean? Like,
yes, but Ryan, Vegas plays a role in all of this, right? Like, you don't think that they would have vibrators in their pockets if they knew it would be easier? They don't want want that to happen. Pause. They don't want that to happen, right? They need the delay of game to play a role. And believe me, if delay of game was a big priority,
I don't think Vegas is in it, because I was a ref, and when you're a lines judge and there's a linesman across the field and you think he's not calling offsides, you can't call your flag. The head ref is gonna go, no, you need to take that down, and then you're gonna wipe your flag. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things that
is delay of game really a priority to you? I mean, is that one really rocking your boat?
Well, when you saw it in the Super Bowl, where it was so prevalent there and no one was calling it, that seemed it was just like, that needs to be fixed. And I just thought it was funny nobody brought it up.
That. I thought you were talking in general throughout the season, but I get it. But see, that's something controversial that
But it's something that was made apparent then that could help every game throughout the season and every season going forth by not having it was delay a game and they didn't call it. You know what I mean? It'd be that one thing every, couple games that somebody would be able to bitch about that would be gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, look, dude, it's a fair point. Listen, anything controversial, I think it should be reviewed. Okay, there's a whole lot of BS that's gone on, and I think there's a lot of negligence, because the refs, when you're looking at the play and when you're looking at it and you're watching it back, these guys are 12 feet away, 15 feet away from what we see, and they didn't. You make it make sense, because I don't understand. What the hell are you looking at? You bent over, you're looking, what are you doing? What are you looking at? The ass crack of the guy in front of you? I don't understand. You didn't, what, did you miss it? You're bent over, you're looking at like this. I'm sitting back here, I got a bag of potato chips, my dog's got to claw the shit out of me. I see it. The kids are running around screaming. I mean, there's distractions in every household. How do we see it and you don't understand? And you're right there. You're literally right there. You're on the turf. You're there. I don't understand. So someone else has to be hardwired into this thing. New York should be hardwired in. They should be tuned in, because that touchdown for the NFC Championship game that when what's his face caught it and dropped it, and he's running around doing this and everybody, there's 100 different signals indicating that these guys are rushing back to the line of scrimmage because they know that this was not a catch. And what are we doing? Watching the butterflies? I don't understand. What
NFL has the best surveillance system in the entire friggin' United States, probably the entire world. And yet, there's the 49ers aren't able to see that that's not a touchdown.
What feed are you watching?
Yeah.
What are you watching DirecTV for? You don't have the angles that New York has? What am I missing here, guys? How are you sitting in the booth and you don't have all the angles? I'm missing something here.
Especially in a playoff game, that shouldn't fucking be happening.
Right.
No.
There you go.
Bullshit.
Love it.
That was dirty all over.
Yep, definitely. That is crazy. So that was, man, that's a good topic right there. Some of them did get approved. At least for beneficial for players. We all heard that the 0 players are not going to be able to wear 0 as part of their number. And I believe kickers are going to be able to choose between 0 to 49 or what was it? 90 to 99.
Yep.
Jerseys, kind of like what they do in college. Now that the 0's coming in, who do you guys think, particularly in defense, will choose that number? Is there a particular player? The only one I can think of is Lenore, because that's what he wore in college. But do you see any Pacific player that will wear the number? Go ahead.
I don't know if they want to wear it, but they should wear it. It's Kinlaw. He should wear 0.
Wow.
That's wrong, bro. That is you did my dude dirty, bro. That's not fair.
That's your dude. My bad. I just gotta say how it is.
Be careful he doesn't call your podcast and chew you out.
Hey, we'll actually watch it if he does. That would be good.
His balls are bigger than yours.
You better get a strap for that hat. He'll flip it off, bro. You seen his drills? He was doing his drills. He was flipping hats, bro.
I ain't no Grant.
Could you imagine that a big old body like that with the number 0? Like how that would look.
I know, right?
What does 0 represent to you personally with my personality?
This is an amazing beverage.
What is
Dude,
that?
you know what? One of my favorite commercials was a Snapple commercial. It was the one where he's
show it again. Oh, Snapple. Rain?
Light and refreshing. It's Snapple Elements. They're very light. They're almost like water, but they taste so good. And,
if you live in the area where Ryan lives, I don't know if you would want to drink that. I mean, he has rain always outside of his house.
Yeah.
Ryan
9 months a
Ryan's
year.
hat indicates that he is in winter 365.
No,
I believe that he might live in a bunker in Alaska. I'm not sure.
This hat hurts my
Even
head.
his microphone is cold.
This hat hurts my head when I put the headphones on.
You said your microphone's cold?
I can't wear this one with the, so
or John, do you think that's the closest you think is for having something furry in front of him?
Oh man.
Did anybody see what's her name? Megan Thee Stallion throw out the pitch to the Houston game?
No, I
No.
didn't see that.
Oh man, I watched that for about 5 minutes.
I'm sure you did.
Was she wearing a bikini?
Threw out 100 pitches, huh?
I've never
Who was it?
Megan the
Megan Thee
Megan the
Stallion.
Stallion. I've never been a fan.
Never even heard
but-
of her.
Oh, them white jeans. Oh, ooh.
Calm down
Oh.
there.
Are we
yeah.
simping?
Ryan, you
Something's gonna be vibrating in your.
you weirdo.
Hey, I got a question for you
I'm
guys.
watching it right now, Ryan.
She had me singing songs. You want to hear the song? I sung it for Raj. For guys out there when you love even some women, when there's a woman out there that you really care for and you want her to know that you really care for her and want to make her feel special, you sing her this song. Put your right leg over my shoulder. Put your
Oh my
left
God.
leg over my shoulder.
Oh, my lord.
Give us the sound effects, Beto. Come on, we need him now.
Well,
It's over.
Keep going,
That
keep
was
going, keep going.
There's the pervert of the year.
Mm.
I mean, what are you
Sound effects,
chewing on her
Beto.
leg? I don't understand. What does that indicate? I'm
Oh.
missing something.
If you don't know, now you know.
I thought
don't
you were
know.
gonna sing
You were-
"Baby Got Back," but then you said you sang it for Raj. I'm like, why would he sing "Baby Got
Did
Back"
you just
for
use a
Raj?
toothpick? Like, I don't understand what you just did.
Hey,
Did you
gotta
just
clear-
sing us a song and then
gotta-
pick your teeth out?
He's like,
Gotta-
I
gotta
ate my
clear
woman
a
out.
spot first.
Literally.
Got a
Got a
clear
song about
spot
it.
for her
Want
to
to hear it?
sit.
Here it goes.
Got a clear spot for her to sit, bruh.
Okay.
Oh,
right, we're canceled.
okay.
We fucking canceled this show. This show just got canceled.
Yeah.
Thank you. This is my last week, guys.
Snapple's never
We
going to
need
sponsor
Aaron
us
here.
now.
Aaron, get on here. We need you now.
I can see Dawn holding her kids like this with their eyes cover the kids. It's their years they have to
Can
wear.
I give
the
Aaron the link? I want Aaron to be on here.
Do you need an adult?
So the gentleman with the bad internet in his car had a question for everyone.
Where are you going? You're always moving. You park and then you move and then you park. You're making me dizzy, guy. I just don't understand.
John, you know what
Calm
brand that I
down.
want?
It's okay.
The brand that
Park,
I
No,
want,
it's okay.
the brand
make
that
a
I want
move.
on these shows is the brand that I see on Instagram and all those party videos. That's the brand that I want.
Oh, wait, what?
I gotta get on Instagram.
He's like, wait, what?
So the
What'd
brand
you
that I
say?
want to see on these shows is the brand that I see on those Instagram party videos. That's the brand that
Yeah.
I want to see on here.
He looks like he's on Star Search.
What do I do?
You don't
Party
even know.
minutes.
That's
pour
how much he's having
booze,
fun.
you pour bottle service down your throat, bro. You just
Oh,
living it up like the
shit.
Dos Equis guy. Like you're
Damn, hey, I don't
The most
I
interesting.
don't
man in
always
the
drink,
world.
but when I do, it's Dos Equis.
and
shit.
it's like, and you look
Stay
like
thirsty.
you're on, Dancing with the Stars, bro. It's crazy.
Hey, but real quick, okay, I want to get your guys' thoughts on what you guys thought about what John Lynch said earlier this week about Brock Purdy being basically the leader of the locker room
Leader of the clubhouse.
Clubhouse.
or the clubhouse.
Colton McKivitz is the leader of the clubhouse.
Brandon's working for Uber.
I know he's practicing his turns.
Bro, how are your clients gonna
What'd you-
feel when we start talking about 49ers stuff?
What did you call that bottle maneuver, Javi? What did you call the bottle?
Oh, Bash, we got canceled 10 minutes ago. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. No.
Oh my gosh.
You're
Gummies are good, people.
Or like, let me change the title.
Imagine
of the
Brandon.
topic.
Imagine
fun.
Brandon ate a gummy and he's like totally. He's so wasted off his gummy. He just thinks he's working for Uber. He's really not.
Hey, John, he has a green screen in his garage, and his car's inside the garage.
He's walking
He's
into
like, I'm
random.
killing it, guys. Look at me.
He's
You
walking
guys-
into random fast food places and just picking up
Whatever.
people's orders and shit.
Keep
They're
talking your shit. Keep talking your shit.
I think he's getting ready for his driver's test.
He is, dude. He's practicing. He's practicing left turns.
Who's in the car with him?
His mom,
Because he got his
His
permit,
phone.
right?
He doesn't know. He doesn't know, but I muted him.
his grandma.
Fucking cat. You're making her laugh over here.
Girl, I'm gonna laugh at you.
Hey, Granny.
No, mom is.
You have your grandmother in the car?
No.
Oh, dang.
Okay,
Is that-
so
is that your date
anybody
that
gonna
looks like
answer
a
my
grandma?
question?
His date looks like his grandma. Hell no.
Well, who do you want to go first, Brandon?
You.
John, go
Brandon, why
first.
don't you go first?
I'm
was
trying
the
to figure out. Here's what I want to know. I want to know if John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan are in sync with their information, right?
Fucking
Like,
right.
or look, they love having a good time and creating nothing but controversy, speculation, and headlines in the 49er fan base, and quite specifically 49ers Twitter, where they can probably just monitor it and be like, look at these people. They would probably throw a spear through each other if they were close enough. You know what I mean? Like, they love making us bananas, right? So I think that John Lynch is. Did you see how frail Brock Purdy looked with that mechanical arm? And he's like, yeah, he'll be ready by camp. Like, dude, he can't even put on a hoodie. What the hell?
TL said he looked like he was one of his son's high school friends in that picture.
Yeah, this guy can't even put on a hoodie, but he's gonna be competing in camp. I mean, come on, guy. Look, here's what I think. I think that John Lynch basically never prepares for any of these interviews. I don't think that he ever calls up Kyle's like, hey, what should I say? Kyle's gonna be like, I don't know. Whatever you say, I'll just say the opposite. Just have fun with it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Because
If that's
because
the
I think,
actual
like,
conversation, I'm pissed.
like,
I'm
do
just
we
saying.
need do any 49er fans honestly need to know that Brock Purdy is or isn't? Is there any doubt that he's not the leader of the clubhouse? We know he's the leader of the clubhouse. I mean, the locker room's, face down in his lap. Everybody's there, right? I mean, there's not a single person that doesn't already know that Brock Purdy is the guy. Like, he's the leader. We know it. They know it, but it's dude, the controversy is so bad right now that, like, I have all kinds of emotions. I one day I want Trey to just take the league by fire. The next day, well, no, screw it. 40 minutes from that idea, I'm like, you know what? Trade the guy. He deserves better. Like, we don't know what we're doing. We don't have a clue. So, I'm not surprised that John Lynch thinks he's the leader of the clubhouse. We all know he's the leader of the clubhouse. Tell us something we don't know, John. And don't tell me that Trey Lance is a nice guy. If I hear you say he's a nice guy one more time, I'm going to slap the shit out of you. I can't handle it. Like, I'm going to slap the lips off your face.
Guy.
I hate it. We know he's a nice guy. I don't need to know who. We're 3 years into the nice guy. We know he's a nice guy. So stop. Just
There you
stop.
go, John.
Stop the complimentary, criticism. I'm so tired of it. It's like, one day Trey's a great guy. The next day he can't stay healthy. He needs to find a way. Like, I feel like this team, when they're done with you, when the front office is done with you, they can't wait for that one presser to say, this guy's got to find a way to stay healthy. He's just got to find a way to stay healthy. It's like, you know what? No fault of his own. He snapped his ankle off. You guys, it's back on again, and he's walking without a limp, right? So I don't know. I don't know, B. You tell me. What did you think? Were you surprised when he said it? Was anybody surprised? Anyone?
It never surprises me when they're like this. They do the same song and dance every offseason. So the names may change, but the way the Niners do these things, it doesn't surprise me at all. So I'm basically numb to it. I don't get mad at it anymore.
Joey, I'm not okay with it. I'm not, you know what? I was okay with competition, but now that I think about it, I'm not okay with competition. You know why I'm not okay with competition? Because last season, this was Trey's team. He was the starter. He was the leader of the locker room. He was the quarterback of the 49ers. He was the starter. And Kyle made sure that you and I knew it, the players knew it, and everybody else in the franchise knew it. Now, suddenly, it's a competition. I'm not good with it. You're a starter. You get injured. You shouldn't lose your job. I don't like that shit.
Tell
I
that
just don't.
to Alex Smith.
Alex
I thought
Smith
it
is
was
going to be the
bullshit
poster. Yeah.
You mean tell that to Andy Reid?
Look. You know what? At the end of the day, this was Trey's team. It was. He was quarterback one. He got hurt. The next guy came. He got hurt. So by default, Brock Purdy got his opportunity. Did he capitalize? Certainly. Okay, certainly, but he's now injured, and now Sam Darnold is Trey's competition. Like, what are you trying to do, Kyle? You took a 3rd-round pick that had an ass career with shitty coaching in 2 different organizations, and now you brought him here. It's like, what are you trying to do? You trying to have a 3rd-round pick face-off? Like, I don't like it. I don't like it. I just like I was okay with competition, but the more and more I think about it, you made sure you drove it home to the 49er fan base that Trey Lance was quarterback 1. This was his team. And you said that the locker room knows it, but they don't treat him like it. So, bullshit.
I'm with you in a sense where I understand you don't like competition. This was promised to Trey, and it was given Trey because they were going to move on. We knew it was a matter of time. They took their sweet time to do it, but they were going to move on from Jimmy Garoppolo. So this was Trey. Unfortunately, Trey got hurt. We've seen Jimmy gets hurt, and then here comes Brock Purdy. Once they saw what Brock Purdy was able to do, in their minds, I think they feel that now they're not 100% committed to Trey anymore. They're like, we were last year, but now that what we saw from Brock Purdy, we're going to make this into competition. Now, I do believe iron sharpens iron, so I do believe that sometimes when you can be complacent when you're like that, the job is yours. Like, no matter what I do, this is my job. I'm not going to lose it. But when you bring somebody in, look at Aaron Rodgers. Forever, he was just kind of slacking, having a bad year. A couple years ago, wasn't doing much. They drafted Jordan Love, and next thing you know, he became an MVP 2 years in a row. It put another fire in his ass. I think that Trey might look at it as like, wow, this is not my position anymore. There's no guarantee that I'm QB1. Even if I was a high draft pick and taken with a 3rd overall and they did all the trades, I still think that this now might be my job. So now he's going to compete. And why not let him compete with Sam Darnold? I think if Trey is who we all think he is and capable of doing, he's going to beat out Sam Darnold easily and be QB1, even if Brock comes later on during the season. Now, if he loses to Sam Darnold, well, that's going to tell you a lot that you need to know about Trey Lance, in my opinion. So let them compete. Let the best person underneath center lead our squad to a chance to win a Super Bowl. I honestly don't care who it is. As long as they can lead us to another Lombardi trophy. It can be Brandon's grandma sitting next to him in the car, quarterbacking for the Niners. And we win a Super Bowl, I'm good with it.
But what happens now if, let's say, Brock can't come back and play till week 4? Okay, let's say Trey Lance beats out and takes over the starting job and he's playing great. Now, what happens when Brock Purdy comes back? You're taking Trey Lance out?
He's a backup. No, he's a backup. If Trey Lance is playing good football and winning games, Brock, you're sitting, you're holding the clipboard.
And
Sit your ass
you got
down.
from Trey Lance, I mean, what you got from Shanahan and from John Lynch led you to believe that they're going to let.
Because Trey hasn't
Lance
really
continue
shown
to play?
much yet, but I'm guaranteed that Trey plays very well. And when we're 4-0 in the first 4 weeks with, or even 3-1 with Trey, and Trey has been done some good stuff. I doubt that they're going to bring Brock just to bring Brock. Oh, we love Brock that much. Sit down, Trey. No, I really believe with a conviction they'll let Trey be the QB1. That's who they really want. Even if they don't say it publicly, they invested in Trey. They want Trey to be QB1. But if he can't do it now, if he's struggling and we're 2-2 and Brock's ready, yes, I believe they will pull in Brock and take Trey out.
I'm going to say this right now. My hot take is Brock Purdy does not play this season. He's just too frail. There's too much on it. I mean, we don't even know, he's the leader of the clubhouse. Like, I don't want to hear it. You know what I mean? Like, you were enamored by the streak. We were all enamored by the streak. Do we rally for Brock? We rallied for Brock. But you know what? This kid could have inflammation. There could be so many setbacks in that elbow that, you know what? Because I'll tell you this, if not, and if Brock is crazy healthy and he's competing week 8, he's ready to compete week 8. And the next thing you know, Shanahan's got Trey Lance running between the tackles again and running around like a crazy person, like I'll be pissed. I'll be so pissed if you set Trey up for failure when Brock is
like, oh, now
healthy.
we can afford to lose you, so
yeah,
we can play you.
And I don't mean maliciously. I just wonder, like, you're gonna start changing. We're gonna see 6 to 8 weeks of football with Trey Lance, right? We're gonna know if the playbook changes where it's starting to capitalize on maybe some of Trey's weaknesses so that the franchise has an opportunity to see if their guy in Brock Purdy still has it. I'll be pissed, Beto. Like, I'll be crazy pissed.
Yeah, well, I agree with you. They should not bring Brock at all, period. Even if Trey is struggling, if Brock is not ready to come in. If he's still not 100%, then you got to stick with Trey and allow Trey to go through his, his ups and downs throughout the season. And I still believe that the Niners can go 2-5 or 3-5 and still make it to the NFC Championship game again. They've done it the last 2 previous years when there was more competition in the NFC. Now the NFC's gotten weaker. We lost 2 good quarterbacks, Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. So can the Niners start a slow start and give Trey an opportunity to get better? I think they can. But unfortunately, it's going to be how much pressure is coming from upstairs. How patient is John York?
It's coming from the locker room.
Or the
York
locker
is as
room.
patient as they come, Beto. It's the locker room. The locker room influence is toxic.
But can you blame someone like Trent Williams who wants to win a championship? And if he feels that Brock, it's the guy, not Trey, he might be friends with Brock. He might be friends with Trey. But at the end of the day, he wants to win a championship. And he knows he don't have that many years left. Kittle the same way. The way Kittle plays, they want to win a championship. So it's, sometimes it's a fair no, but it's like, hey, whoever can lead me to the promised land, that's who I'm going to follow. Okay.
Well, rally behind Trey Lance and show the kid that you got his back. Be there for him. Support him the way you support everybody else. Listen, if you really want to win a championship, then the locker room, those vets, they need to stand behind Trey Lance and they need to let him know.
I guarantee
Listen,
you this,
man.
John. Trey Lance wins 3 or 4 games in a row, he'll start getting support. He wins 5 games, he'll start getting more support from the team. He wins 6 games. That's what Brock did. He won 8 games for this team.
Brock Purdy won there. Listen, Beto. Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch knew what they had in Brock Purdy way before he came out as QB3. They
Correct.
knew that he was lighting it up in camp. They knew what they had.
That's why they got rid of what's his name for the one that had paid $3 million. They got rid of him. Sudfeld.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Sam Darnold's but I also think he hasn't even put on a 49ers uniform yet. And he's getting more support than Trey Lance has got. Kittle's out there talking about how he's a great quarterback. Shanahan's talking about how he's such a great skill set and how he's such a great quarterback and all this. He's never said that shit about Trey Lance before.
Wow,
he just talks about how he's a great quarterback. Yeah, he's a nice guy. He's a great guy. He's a great guy. Never about his skill set as a quarterback do they talk about.
Well, that tells you. It's dirty. They regret getting him. They feel that he's not the guy.
How can you regret something that you
I'm
never
just saying
really had?
Their emotions is talk. You guys are telling me that they're saying, and I agree with you because I see the same thing. They're not complimenting Trey as they compliment Sam that hasn't played on the field. So I'm not arguing with you. I'm just pointing out what you guys are saying.
I understand what you're saying.
They're not fair. They're giving up already on Trey. They haven't done it publicly.
That just makes me so mad, bro. That doesn't sit
indirectly. They're giving up on him.
How do you draft a project and not follow through on it?
Yeah.
The way the Niners
because you never should have drafted the project in the first place. You were never you should have never have you did this young man's career dirty. You should have never have done this to him. You wanted to win and you never wanted to move off that number 10.
So at what point does Trey Lance say, trade me, get me the fuck out of here?
I don't know. Tomorrow. I wouldn't even be mad.
He can't. I mean, he can say it, but he has, unfortunately, he has no leverage. to say anything right now. So I understand where he
and he
stands.
won't fetch much capital too.
Correct.
So
he doesn't have that much leverage. Inside, he probably wants to go. He probably wants to go. But and you guys are right. Why they moved up to get him? I know somebody said that they wanted to get Aaron Rodgers, but that didn't fall through. So they had a choice between Trey, Fields, and the other idiot, and they went with Trey. But some people also said too that when Trey came into camp, he wasn't everything that he was advertised or what they thought they were getting in him, and they felt disappointed in him once they got him in camp.
he was a project.
He still is a project.
See, that's the thing. They said that he was a raw talent and he needed development. The problem is you just decided that you were never going to really develop him. And that's just the problem, because you had, Smiling G over there in the corner, that dude right over there, you should have packaged him and moved him out. But you didn't.
Yes,
you didn't
right
really
off
want
the
to
bat.
follow through with the development of Trey Lance. So you did the kid dirty. Now you're 3 years in, and he's had like 80 snaps. Like what are you doing? You couldn't tell me that you don't know what you're doing any more than you do. Because like right now, I feel like Trey Lance has never had the support from the players, other than like that first year. They were all in on him. They loved the guy. Okay? They loved the guy. People were talking about him. He's such an afterthought. It's sickening. It's like he is just an afterthought because of a freak injury. Okay? A freak injury. And it's wrong. The kid's going to light the league up, and he's not going to be wearing a 49ers jersey when he does. And we're going to sit here and we're going to be podcasting 5 days less a week. Okay?
I remember the offensive genius, Kyle Shanahan, couldn't figure out how to utilize him in any sort of way in his system where he could deal with him. Remember that. He couldn't figure out how to utilize his arm and his talents that he does have, incorporate that into his offense and marrying it in some way to his standard run game that normally kills no matter what. Just
real
remember
quick,
that.
I just saw the comments, Brandon. Thank you. You got a super chat from Roberto. I always say Roberto Davis.
Roberto.
Let me bring it up. Give me a second. Where is it?
Roberto.
No, Roberto. Remember from Waterboy? Roberto.
Oh, Roberto, his dad.
Yeah.
Roberto.
He says, when Kyle and John ever showed their cards, we won't know until week 1 who is QB1. I support whoever it is. Name on the front and not the back.
I'm about to kick the table with the cards over and just strangle the motherfuckers. Excuse pardon my French. I'm just saying. Let's see. Just be honest, you bastard. I mean, I really like your hair, Kyle. I think you always, look, your 5 o'clock shadow. You always look, real stunning. You're like, give me the truth.
Put up Joey Arredondo's comment.
That playbook flew out the plane window.
Yeah. It never existed. It was such a bunch of bullshit. Such a bunch of bullshit. It never existed.
Mm-hmm.
It was a coffee stain on a napkin. We're like, oh yeah, that's a Trey Lance play. Get out of here, bro. That's such
You
a
can't find
bunch of
the comment, Beto?
No, I'm not. It's Brandon should be doing it.
Oh, Brandon, can you put up Joey Arredondo's comment, dude?
Oh shit. Okay, yeah. Give me a second.
All
But
right.
yeah,
Where's Mule? There he is.
You guys are great at this.
All right. Kyle drew up plays for Trey after a pro day, but we didn't know it was just a run up the middle. I mean, it's true. The guy was making Trey run those 2 games like a lot. I mean, I get the first game, but the game against Seattle, we didn't need to see Trey run as much as he did.
And we're a team that actually has a running game. It's not like we're the Bills.
Exactly.
Yep.
Right? Like it was everything had to just lean on Trey.
we don't need to
taking
see
the ball.
Brandon in a car either, but here we are.
Well, How is he going to get a new house all of a sudden?
Really?
I mean,
I'm just saying, here we are.
You know what, Beto? Nobody wants to see that ugly ass fucking background of yours, but you know we are.
You know what? I got to tell you, it's not making me nauseous. Okay, you're spinning the camera.
Damn, John, like
you're
that.
spinning the camera,
Thank
bro.
you,
You're
John.
doing 360s
Pull-ups.
and donuts and
Have you
pull-ups and left hand turns.
He's
have you
picking up
noticed my
numbers.
bet,
You're
Debo?
practicing reverse with no hands. Like I don't know what you're doing over
All right. Next time I just want to join, okay?
there.
Let me help you.
should
Let me help you,
join.
Brandon.
Hey, there we go. Oh,
Brandon thinks I'm number one. I like that.
He's supposed to be on a date with his grandma, and he's doing a show instead.
Yeah.
No,
Like, I don't know
Mom,
what
man.
the hell's going on.
Brandon borrows his grandma's dentures. To
yeah. We didn't call her your mommy. We called her your grandmommy.
Your mom.
Man, it's so frustrating. It's really this is
I hear
really
you, John.
these are the most miserable times to be a 49er fan because the off-season bullshit, you know, it's always quarterback controversy. It's always hatred on Trey. And we're always trading somebody on draft day, but we never do. You know, that's we were supposed to trade Jimmy twice on draft day, Debo. Now we're trading Trey Lance,
Ayuk.
according to Kruger.
Ayuk.
You know,
Ayuk.
Larry's already got him in a bag, bubble wrapped
Yeah.
and ready to go. I mean,
We're trading Trey Lance
this is-
before we even know if Purdy can throw a freaking tennis ball.
Yeah,
Like,
he's already got this guy going to.
Whether we
I don't
know
even
if
know.
Darnold can even play in the system.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's-
Beto, I sent you a video that Wayne Breezy posted on his Instagram about what George Kittle said in an interview about the quarterbacks. If you want to bring that up real quick, I sent it to you in Messenger.
A messenger? All
Yeah.
That'll be on Facebook. Give me a second.
Hey, Brandon,
Yeah,
where's the zebra cakes and the Funyuns?
they're at the store, my guy.
I said
Damn.
please. I said
Brian
please.
just
a long
brought the
time
private
ago.
chat straight to life. He's just like, listen, dude, you know what?
He really did.
Or the
He
secret
did.
He's not freaking respond to me. All this
Oh.
passive aggressive.
I responded to you guys. I responded to you, and I
Twitter.
responded to John.
No, I'm
Yeah,
looking for the
Okay.
Funyuns,
He
little
told me
man.
no. He told me no
Yeah,
on the
I'll
zebra
give you
cakes.
chocolate. Chocolate milk right here.
Is that the double chocolate?
No, it's just the regular.
No.
Oh,
They
so
also
you
have
say-
strawberry banana. You want strawberry banana? I know you
I
like
hate-
strawberry
I-
banana.
I hate banana.
Come on, Brandon, make us laugh.
Where'd you
Dance.
send it, Brandon?
Dance.
To another,
It's on Messenger.
Not on Twitter, it isn't.
No, Facebook, fool.
Who has
Listen,
Facebook
we
nowadays?
will really see it. We're gonna see it, G9. You know, we're gonna see it.
No,
We're gonna see it.
I don't know if I can.
Strike out. We're gonna see it. This is Trey's opportunity. Unfortunately, this is his make or break it year. This is what it's
Yeah.
come to. He's got to be great this year, or else you're out. You know,
Great. Exactly.
all your developmental
Exactly.
years are out the window because sorry, we
It's
never
like-
intended to do it. So
It's like the shortest
you know.
leash ever for a third pick overall quarterback, if you think about it.
Also, I
just
heard
hopefully we get to see him really get the chance, and they really don't trade him. You know, draft day.
Hey,
You
look,
know,
I'm a
training
Warriors
camp
fan,
or
and as a
some
Golden State
crazy
Warriors,
shit.
oh, sorry, Brian, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Mhm.
Oh, I was saying as a Warriors fan, we drafted James Wiseman, who's a second pick overall the whole entire draft, and he's supposed to be this
Yeah,
big
I'm-
young talent with all this amazing talent. He was only 19 years old when they drafted him, and they traded him off in year 3. So I'm seeing parallels, and I don't know if I can stomach a Trey Lance trade. He'd have to really, really stick it up and look bad for me to be okay with it. Put it that way.
Do you think
Wrong
that
one.
Kyle
Deserve what you
Shanahan's
get.
Do you think Kyle Shanahan's comments could have been maybe pointed towards the team and trying to tell them stuff and maybe be trying to, kind of like, I don't know, backhandedly be supporting Trey?
No, because they go to
Okay.
Cabo and they hang out and they're friends. No, you're not.
That
gonna,
would be
you're
one
not gonna-
reason why I would have to do something like
You're
that.
not
though.
gonna. You're not gonna. No way. No, Kyle is an asshole. He doesn't. He's not gonna shy away from anything. Listen, those guys in the locker room are. They have more power than any player in the locker room on any other team. Those guys can literally influence the wind. Okay. You know what? If they want the wind to blow, the only thing they have to tell Kyle is from one side to the next, east or west. Which way do you want it to come from? We'll make it happen. Okay,
Is Brandon
it's
hitting the
bullshit.
pipe? I couldn't tell if he was
I
hitting
just-
the pipe or not.
I'm trying to figure out, honestly, throughout all the content creation, all I really want to know is in between all the engagement and the clicks and all the bullshit thumbnails I see everywhere. Like, what do you people want anymore? Does anybody really believe in Trey? You know what I mean? Like all
Just
this
want
engagement.
happiness.
What do we want anymore? What does this fan base want?
Super Bowl,
know?
the 6th one.
We haven't even gotten. We don't even have.
Hey.
We don't even know who's the quarterback yet. The Super
Hey,
Bowl
we're
is the least
going-
of my concern.
We're going on to 3 years with the same situation. That's the quarterback situation. That sucks.
Yeah, that's because we don't know what we're doing at the quarterback position.
Nope.
We
Not
just
at all.
got Brian Greasy in here, but before he could make a real impact, everybody's banged up. One dude's got a mechanical arm, the other dude, has recovered from a snapped off ankle and he's being doubted. And then we have, Sam Darnold, who was straight butt cheek dust for 2 other organizations, right? So, we're just a laughing stock at this point. We have a great defense and a great coach, but we just don't know what we're doing at quarterback. We're a fucking laughing stock. Let's be honest.
How about those people on Twitter who hate Trey? Like everything, they'll do anything they want, anything they can to say anything bad about Trey. So they even went as far as saying Sam Darnold's a good quarterback and he's going to be starting over Sam Darnold. Have you noticed that new narrative on Twitter?
Did
Yeah,
you
they're-
see?
they're
Did you see
posting all
Kittle
kinds
say
of
it?
Video posting freaking Sam Darnold
Kittle-
of his
Kittle pretty
cut-up
much
plays
said it.
and shit.
Look at this
Like,
throw
yeah,
he
yeah.
made.
That's been the narrative all week.
You're talking about the kiddo on the show with his 2 buddies.
Busting with the boys.
I haven't seen
Yeah.
that Kittle thing yet.
Yeah, that's the
I haven't
video
seen
that
yet.
Brandon wants in the show. But I'm watching the A games on my other screen, so I can't
Yeah.
show it. Sorry, Brandon.
Let's see this.
All these people that are they're always for the name on the back. They're for the name on the front, but they don't get carried away with the name on the back. But then they pretend like the capital that was spent wasn't just as much theirs as it is the franchise.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
like that capital is just as important as the name on the back. So I'm sorry, but you need to value it. You need to value the capital that was
No,
spent.
they don't value it. That's what everybody's making an excuse. Oh, who cares about those draft picks? Who cares? Who cares? That doesn't mean anything.
Yes,
Hey,
it does.
but-
Yeah,
It-
But
because
Sean-
we
Got
because
some great
we
players
because
with
we
those
shit
picks.
the bed on every running back we took in the 3rd round. We're the only team in all of football that can just piss
So-
away picks.
John, let me ask
And-
you a question, John. Do you miss DeForest Buckner based on the production that we have gotten so far from Kinlaw?
Oh, holy shit.
I mean, sure. I mean, yeah, I can say that hindsight now that I know the guy's kneecaps are shit. But I mean,
but if Kinlaw was playing superb, I mean, talking about really good football, and I asked you the question, do you miss Buckner? Your answer would
Yeah,
probably be like, no, right?
no, you know what? Honestly, Beto, I don't miss Buckner now because you know what? He's gone. Once a player is gone, I've come to terms with it. Did it hurt my feelings? Was I sad that Buckner was let go? Yes. But now I have laid that to rest. I understand that they tried to make up for their wrong by drafting Kinlaw, and they whiffed and missed. And I'm okay. I'm okay with it. They made up for their wrong bringing in Hargrave. I'm good.
But
They bounced back pretty quick on
the
it.
reason why I asked that particular question is to pertain to the 3 number 1s that we gave up for Trey. If Brock wins us 1 or 2 Super Bowls, ain't nobody going to care about those 3 number 1s.
I agree.
Ain't
with
no
you.
one. But if
I
Brock
agree.
doesn't do anything for this organization and Trey moves on to another team and plays very well for them, we're going to be in the scenario that we are right now with the Buckner and Kinlaw situation. But if Brock wins his championships, I don't care if we give up 5 number 1s for Trey. We got our Super Bowl. But Brock has to deliver. If he doesn't, we're always going to be finding ourselves in this conversation that the Niners don't care for their draft picks.
Yeah, but I just think it's fair. I think everybody has to understand that frail young man that we're looking at that looks like a twig with his bionic arm right now, that dude's got a long way to go.
Oh, I agree there.
That dude's got a long way to go. So a lot of folks are hanging their hats on Brock Purdy, and if he wins us, we don't even know if this dude's going to come back this season with any setbacks. We don't know. So this franchise and this fan base needs to rally behind either Sam Darnold or Trey Lance. And that's really all that they have in front of them right now. Those are your guarantees. Those two guys
Yes.
are your only sure shot as a quarterback right now for week 1.
And I think that's where Kyle Shanahan stands if you listen to his interview compared to John Lynch. John Lynch is all, maybe this, maybe that. But Kyle's like, listen, I'm not even putting my hat or anything on Brock right now. This is why we brought in Sam Darnold to compete with Trey, because we don't know what we're going to have in Brock. We're optimistic that he's going to play well. He's going to come and do his thing, but we can't depend on that. But the same question goes with Sam, and I doubt Sam Darnold's going to do this. Okay, so no one twist my words. But let's say Sam Darnold does come in, beat Trey, and wins us a couple of championships. Again, this is just me speaking. And we don't even go with Brock. Same situation. We're not going to worry about those picks. But either Sam Darnold or Brock or somebody needs to come in and deliver. Because if they don't, then John Lynch and Kyle will be crucified for making that dumb decision, moving up from 12 to 3, and then not supporting their QB1 that they brought in. They did not. It's like me buying a house to fix it up, but I never fix it up and never sell it. My whole purpose of buying it is to invest in it and turn it around and get a reward from it, right? And
sure.
And this is why a lot of us are disappointed that we feel that they haven't given him a fair chance. But unfortunately, what they saw in Brock, and I'm not saying this is fair, but if Kyle had any hope in Trey and says, you know what, I'm going to support you, blah, 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 then, you ever seen those pictures on Twitter where the guy's walking with his girlfriend, but he's looking backwards at the girl that's walking by?
Yeah.
And they have the names for it. That's the way I feel with Brock and Trey. Kyle's walking with Trey, but he's looking at Brock because he's seen his ass and he liked it, and now he wants to go with that.
I have the video.
Yeah.
What's up, Dion?
I have the video that Brandon wants to share.
Share it.
Okay, here we go.
I put it in a share screen request. So it's that video from where Kittle. Here we go. Just a second. Let me refresh this and we'll get ready to go.
Happy that Lynch came out and said Brock Purdy's the leader of the clubhouse.
Yes and no. I mean, I want it to be competitive. I'm super pumped with signed Sam Darnold. I think he's a good quarterback.
Trey Lance, Brock Purdy
I
on the
Trey
same
Lance.
room.
Trey Lance still Trey Lance has a super high ceiling. There's so many things that he could do. He has an unreal arm. He has this mobility. He's a big guy. He can run the ball. I mean, his injury is a complete fluke. Injuries happen. It is what it is. One day you're unlucky and then it just ruins some stuff. But so we have 3 very capable quarterbacks. I'm just excited about that. Now, I just wish the guy that was hurt was the guy who is hurt was available just to throw me the ball all the time. So I'm just excited to see what happens. But hey, 4 straight years of quarterback controversy. Let's ride.
I know, bro.
And still go deep in the playoffs.
Happy that Lynch.
Hey, Mariah, was that sped up at all? Because you said there was a pause there, and I didn't see that pause before the one part you were talking about on your show.
That whole video seemed sped up.
Okay.
They probably sped it up.
Okay.
They chopped that up.
Just
All right.
Let's welcome Dion into the house.
Dion.
What's up, Dion?
Dion,
Dion?
the wheel.
He's giving Brandon
frozen.
competition in the car seat.
No, mom is.
I think Dion has some.
Dion has some technical difficulties over there.
I experienced that earlier with Brandon, so I'm already well prepared for that.
Yeah.
Brandon, look out your passenger window and wave at Dion. He's looking at you.
Okay, hold on. Hold on.
He's looking at Brandon right now. Says, "I'm your grandma."
Hi, Grandma.
Bottle service Brandon.
No, mom is. I can't.
Because you had chocolate milk, now you can have me. Orale.
You sound like a little Pinocchio.
Pues tú sabes.
I don't know what to take from it. I really don't even know what to take from it.
Yeah. So
I don't even know what to take from it. I don't. I'm not surprised. You want the guy that's hurt to throw the ball. You want the guy that's hurt to throw you the ball. You know what I mean? You wanted this guy to throw you the ball before he got hurt. So, I mean, that comment doesn't surprise me, not even a little bit. It just doesn't. This is just where we're at. This is what makes me, God, I can't stand it, dude. Like, I've never seen a team accomplish so much and be so fucking cold towards one another. Like, you know, as a captain, those 3 picks, those were that's your capital too, George.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Jamar Chase
Yes,
could have been
sir.
drafted with that pick. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like I don't even know what to
Micah
say
Parsons.
to you. Like,
Yeah.
it bothers me. It bothers me that this team can't. Look, when Juszczyk took that shot, George gets a shot. Everybody gets an interview, and everybody gets to take a shot at Trey Lance. Something just doesn't make sense. Okay, outside of the fact that you guys don't like the kid, something else doesn't make sense because I've been watching and following my team like ad nauseum, and I don't know what I missed. Like, I feel like I woke up from a coma and Trey Lance slept with everybody's wife and girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't understand.
Not that
Like,
again.
what changed? What changed?
On this,
It was a simple.
Hey,
The simplicity of everything is just the fact that people don't like Trey Lance. It's just how it works. I'm not sitting up here going.
Why? For 3
I
years,
don't
you've
know
been telling me
why.
how fucking nice he is.
I
What's
have
there not to like?
But it's just people out there, man. They don't give a fuck. They don't ever want to sit up there and own their shit. And my biggest thing is anybody believing in Sam Darnold, take your head out of your ass. Take your ass off your shoulders, switch them around, and go. I've told y'all a billion fucking times. SC quarterbacks don't succeed in the NFL. You don't believe me? Look it up.
Is that
The
Amari
last-
Hardwick?
The last
Jesus
SC,
Christ, that
this
looks like
motherfucker
Amari
right here,
Hardwick.
man. I can't deal with this guy. The last SC quarterback that was worth anything
Fight on.
was Mark Sanchez. Last dude, Mark Sanchez, and then you had Carson Palmer. And neither one of them motherfuckers won no championships.
Yep.
Mark Sanchez rode the Jets defense to those AFC championships wins. He didn't win that.
You got a butt fumbler, a ghost seer, freaking.
What the fuck I'm talking about? Like, these motherfuckers ain't got shit. Come on, man.
Can't make this.
There's nothing. Oh yeah, nah, man. Y'all please. Dave, don't BS me. You know I don't keep nothing PG. It's always rated R around here. You call me
Exactly,
Edge. I'm the
John.
rated R superstar, damn it.
John, I want to
Okay,
add
I
what
see
John
you,
was
Edge.
saying. I want to add to what John was saying about the picks and all that. I'm sorry, but anybody who says it doesn't matter, oh yeah, who cares? Screw off those picks. We got our guy. All I gotta say is, this makes us look foolish as an organization to ship off all those picks and then not even use the guy. I mean, like, come on, dude.
We make fun of the Rams for just blowing off freaking all these picks. At least they got a Super Bowl out of it. We just throw away our first round picks for fucking nothing.
You can't
There
even
you
make
go.
this shit up. Like, you can't make that up. That's so true. Like, that's facts. Somebody
Just to be in a
that
win
and-
now
and
window for
make
fucking
it a
what?
meme. Jesus.
Three
Love
three
when Mariah
fucking
drops
years,
those
guys.
F-bombs,
3
baby.
years. And we made it to a Super Bowl, lost, and 2 NFC championship, and lost
3.
both of those too.
3.
3. My
Bingo.
bad. 3.
3 first round picks we just threw away on the kid that we're just gonna let
Let's toss to the
we're gonna
side.
bury on the depth
I don't-
chart. We're gonna trade away. We're gonna kick to the side like he's a piece of shit. Like,
I can't use him. I can't use him. I just can't use him. He's
Ryan's being
too
Kyle
much
right
of a
now.
project. Too much. I need something else. Look at Brock Purdy came in. He could do that. That's the type of guy
He's
I
hitting
need.
his layups.
Why'd you move up to get Trey Lance?
Yeah.
Then? I don't know. It's what I thought I needed. All I need are seventh round quarterbacks. I know I used
Fifth
to go in
rounders.
the 5th and the 6th, but now we need to just go in the 7th and get these guys. That's all I need every year. 7th.
Hey Kyle, can I ask you? Do you ever want to coach an elite quarterback, or you just want to coach some guys who are more under the rate over?
Who's
the
an
radar,
elite
so to
quarterback?
speak?
Well, elite quarterbacks cost a lot of money, and they're also usually the star of the team. And
Correct.
I like to be the star of the team with my offense. That's why I get shit quarterbacks who have great percentages and top ranks in the NFL, and we can't get to the Super Bowl and get over the hump. But
we don't have an elite quarterback for Kyle to coach so far yet. We're hoping
doesn't
we can
want
get
one.
one.
he doesn't want one. Elite quarterback.
He doesn't have one yet.
He doesn't
Trey
want
ain't
one.
elite.
We're like an island for misfit quarterbacks. Like Kyle got his ego, he got his head inflated, taking the last pick of the draft and making him an NFC championship game quarterback. Just like open the garage door, like bring in all the shitty guys. We can make them look great. Hey,
Yeah.
if you were a third round pick in the 2019 draft, come over to San Francisco.
And if that doesn't
I'll
work, we're
shine
gonna
your
bring
ass.
Kirk Cousins
I'll
in.
shine your ass. Get over here, buddy.
Yep. And if that doesn't work,
Bullshit.
we'll bring in Kirk Cousins. According to
Yeah,
Yeah,
Kyle.
that's already they're ready for him. Twitter's already got Cousins ready to come to San Francisco. They've already they got the layaway. They got the jersey on layaway.
Hey, you already know. Hey, I'm telling you right now, if Cousins gets anywhere, then Kyle's gonna bust the fattest nut of his fucking life.
Oh,
you know
it.
him. He loves Kirk Cousins. That is his man crush. And I have no idea why. Kirk ain't winning shit. Kirk ain't getting you no damn rings.
Nope.
And Kirk Cousins done had all that time in Minnesota. What's
You
been
would say
done?
the same about Brock Purdy, and every other NFL scout said the same
Minnesota.
thing. That's his type of quarterback. That's his
It
perfect
is.
quarterback.
No, this is why, not to cut you off, but this is why I keep telling people, and people take it the wrong way. I've never in my life, not once, said that Kyle or Mike Shanahan is racist. I've never, ever stated that. What I've said is, just like any other human, they got a fucking type. Their type is a white dude that has a little bit of mobility, but stays in the pocket and delivers the ball.
Well,
That's
not
their
necessarily
type.
white, but with
No,
those
he doesn't,
attributes.
bro. Hey,
Well-
name another black quarterback Kyle Shanahan has coached.
Well,
Because
hold
black
on,
people
hold
don't
on.
stand there. They're athletic more than the
Exactly.
white dudes. So
Let's just put it at that. But so
I'm just that's all I'm saying. I'm just saying that looking
no,
at everybody that he's coached, technically speaking, they have all been Caucasian. That's all I'm saying.
guys. Yeah.
you can't
That-
have good credit and dance well.
Yeah,
Sorry,
you
that
can't
was-
have both.
But-
No, you
but
can't have both.
Michael
You
Black.
gotta slow down.
to Ryan's
my God,
point,
that was
Brock
hilarious.
has won 2 playoff games. Kirk Cousins hasn't. So you can't compare those two.
And that's what I'm saying. Like this is what kills me when
You
Kyle
can, you can,
loves
though.
on him.
They're not in
No, I
Kyle's
hear you.
system.
Dion.
To me, I'm gonna tell you right now, Kirk Cousins wouldn't succeed.
He wouldn't.
I know
I
he
agree.
wouldn't. Yeah, I've never believed in him. I've always believed Kirk Cousins is a guy who pads his stats
Oh
to
yeah.
get his money.
Yes.
And Minnesota keeps paying him like a dumbass. And I don't understand why they ain't figured out they ain't going nowhere.
That
listen,
quarterback has made so
listen.
much money by not doing shit.
Guys, I can sit here and make Kirk Cousins jokes with the rest of you all day, but I don't think he's as bad as we make him out to be. In all honesty, okay, if we can make Sam Darnold even somewhat successful in this system, what makes you think that Cousins couldn't be successful under Kyle Shanahan in this system with all these weapons? Come on, guys.
Didn't he have Kyle Shanahan? No, he didn't have Kyle Shanahan when he was head of
Yes, he did.
Oh yeah, he did. So think about it like this. You had Shanahan and you still weren't successful. Now,
Yeah,
mind
but
you,
what was Shanahan there in
mind you,
Washington? What was he?
he was the OC.
Was he the OC?
He was
'Cause
the
I
offensive
thought he wasn't
coordinator.
an
He
OC.
was there with his daddy.
Yep.
I knew he was there. I guess I always
no,
thought
he
Kyle's
was the
first
OC.
OC
He
gig
literally
was in
literally-
Atlanta. I guess
No, he was.
I
a
guess
play
I didn't
caller.
realize
Yeah,
it.
he was in Washington as well. I remember that.
Yeah,
All right,
no,
he was the play caller in Atlanta.
he literally got that job just because of that. Me personally, I
There you go.
don't believe in Cousins because he's never shown me anything. I've never seen him win a playoff game. I've never seen him do anything spectacular to a point where I feel like this guy's going to win me a Super Bowl. He's just not. That's just not
Yeah,
who he is.
he's always been your NFC opponent. So you're not really looking at him like that, bro. Like I
try to look at him from an objective manner.
Games.
He's had top talented teams. I see where Dion's coming from.
I'm just saying
He's been on
he
talented
doesn't
teams.
finish the job. He never does.
especially in the limelight.
Okay,
when the
but
lights-
well,
when the
who's to
lights are
say he
turned on-
couldn't finish the job in San Francisco?
Could be
Hypothetically
Niner game
speaking,
podcast.
let's be honest. Like,
Could say Niner
who's to
game.
say that Cousins couldn't be successful in this system? We got all the weapons that you could want. We have the defense. We have the coach. Come on, let's be
Well, you're right,
let's
John.
be real.
If you can say that about Sam Donald, he might be able to be successful. Why not Cousins? But to Cousins thing is Cousins. I don't know. During the week, he'll win you the great games, but in the main game, like the playoffs, Sunday Night Football, this guy, when the lights turn on and he has to win a game for you, he just doesn't. Or able, I don't know if
Okay,
it's pressure.
but I'm seasoned, Beto. Like, I've lost the Super Bowl with that shitbag. So like, what could you possibly do to disappoint me now? I've watched you piss away an NFC Championship, and I've watched you lose a Super Bowl. So what could you possibly do to disappoint me now?
No,
I've already seen my team blow it on the big stage twice. I guess I don't know, man. There's a part of me that believes that a Rodgers in this system, a Cousins in this system, a Joe Burrow in this system, an Allen in this system.
Hell yeah.
There's a lot of guys. No, even a Tannehill. I could see Tannehill executing this offense. I mean, if Jimmy could do it, you mean to tell me these guys couldn't do it?
No,
Come on.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think
Brandon had to go though. So bye, Brandon. See you, bro.
I think if you're asking, a 7th round pick, I think if you're asking a Sam Darnold to come in here, then your tier 2 quarterbacks should be able to succeed under this simple dink and dunk offense. I mean, any quarterback that's had success in the league should be able to succeed in a dink and dunk offense. I'm just throwing names out there, Terradone. I'm just throwing names. I'm just saying, like, if you have this much success, you should be able to succeed in a dink and dunk offense with all these weapons. That's all I'm telling you. And I do believe that Kirk Cousins could probably be successful in this offense. I believe that.
Would you give up on Trey for Kirk Cousins?
No.
But Kyle would in a heartbeat.
No, but my front office and my locker room, they've already shipped this dude out. I mean, Larry's leading the charge. So,
Larry.
to me,
Larry.
what do you want? Like, what am I supposed to do as a fan?
Oh, yes.
Oh, what? Kruger's loving on some Brock Purdy here?
Oh, yeah.
He's been like
he
that.
traded
Kruger's
Trey
been like
freaking last year. Shit.
Yeah, he traded
And
Trey
every day
2 months
since.
ago.
But that's
Raj-
his opinion, though. That's fine.
Yeah,
He believes
Raj
in Brock.
was
Let him.
explaining that there's not.
Yeah, it's everybody believing what he's saying. I'll tell you that
Yeah.
much. His chatters
Well,
and-
people
Well,
that
no,
believe-
yeah, you're right on that one. Because he does have a nice little bit of influence. Me, man, please. I feel like at the end of the day, you got to give Trey Lance his shot, give him a chance to be able to prove himself, and once he does, then he'll be good. But I honestly don't believe that you literally like force Brock Purdy onto the field and you haven't even seen what Trey Lance has to offer. Because to be honest with you, you're going to look really stupid if you just give up on Trey Lance like that. And it's going to be like, oh, well, the 49ers are looking to fuck off picks anytime they want. So what makes them different from the Rams? The Rams were giving up first-round picks like they were fucking candy. And what happened? Now we're randomly going, oh, well, I'm not sure. Nah, screw that shit. Let Trey Lance get on the field and show us what he's got. And give him, for God's sakes, give him the same goddamn playbook. Don't give him that. Don't run him into the ground. Give him the same playbook you gave Jimmy and Brock. Because it still pisses me off to this day that the minute they let Jimmy and Brock in there, the ball start flying through the air like it ain't never flown before. But when Lance was in there, it was run all the damn time. Oh, by the way, you're the quarterback. Why don't you run too? Like, it was bullshit. It's bullshit, man.
But that couldn't be by any chance that Trey wasn't so accurate with his throws that they just didn't trust him with his throws?
Well, he has to develop.
He had a choice to do what he
throw.
wanted to do with it. He had a choice. It was an RPO. He could have thrown it. He chose to run. I'm not even going to be mad at you for doing that. I'm just going to be mad at you if you run him like an animal the entire time.
I don't
like,
think
I'm not
he should
mad
be
at you
running RPOs anyways. I don't think
Why
that's the-
not?
I don't
Why
Because
not?
he has to
I don't
learn
like
to
our
be a
pace.
pocket QB. He truthfully does, and he's never going to do that if you got him running RPOs on a consistent basis. The playbook that Kyle Shanahan had when Trey Lance was
We wanted a
in,
mobile quarterback, Dion.
yeah, but he
Fans
okay, but
wanted a
he didn't
mobile
want this
quarterback.
type of
I
mobile
want a
guy.
guy who can make moves and make plays with his feet after plays broke down. I don't want
He
somebody
only-
who's,
And go off schedule.
I
Go
don't,
off
I
schedule.
don't want
extend
I don't want a
plays.
running back.
I'll tell you this. I think Kyle's perfect quarterback for his system. And this is just me. And I know everybody's going to explode when I say this. The perfect quarterback for his system would have been Aaron Rodgers.
Huh? That would be the
Aaron
perfect quarterback
Rodgers,
for the system.
Aaron Rodgers in his prime was good at getting out of the pocket, scrambling for that
Oh, in
first
his
down.
prime.
He
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
safe. He was
Yes,
smart.
definitely, without a doubt.
He did everything that you wanted him to do. I mean, now not so much, obviously, because he's different and he's
He's
old.
smelling
And
his own
shit happens.
farts.
But
He would still be incredible in this system,
Yeah.
though.
Some people still say
Yeah,
He would
he
still
out
be
here-
hella
he-
good
he-
in this system. He would
he
be
out here
great.
sniffing. He out here sniffing coke, doing peyote, and all kinds of other shit. I don't know.
I don't give a damn if he does
Go
it.
on
He can do
meditation
all of that with a
retreats
blindfold
and-
twice on Sunday. If he was in Kyle's system last season, this coming season, he's going to be MVP.
I mean, we just seen him being old as he is, back-to-back seasons, got MVPs in a system that's similar,
I
branched
tell you
off
one
of
thing.
Kyle's system. So.
I wouldn't take Rodgers right now over Trey or Brock, period. Because if you watch those Green Bay championship games against the Niners, you have a good defense. Rodgers ain't doing shit for you. He's just going to sit there.
Yeah, we basically exposed him from the league, and I think his time is up. Plus, I already know Rodgers is only here for maybe 2 years at a max, if that. And he's so damn wishy-washy right now. Putting Aaron Rodgers on his team wouldn't make no sense. And plus, we ain't paying nobody no damn $40 million a year.
Yeah.
These were hypotheticals,
Yeah.
bro.
We're not
This
getting
this
that,
was
dude.
strictly hypothetical.
Oh,
This was just
No,
this-
I know that. I'm just saying, just jokingly, like when people were talking about Lamar, I was like, what the fuck? You think Parag's gonna give out a fully guaranteed contract? You must be really smoking some shit. Parag ain't giving up a goddamn
We
thing.
just brought in
He don't like to give
Hargrave.
out new contracts as it is.
Yeah, we just brought in Hargrave. We're going to pay Bosa. And and the reason why we're doing that is because of our quarterback situation. We're not paying much. Now you're going to bring Omar and pay him that and guaranteed. That's impossible.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
It's not Madden. It's not Madden.
And plus, Lamar would never work in our system anyway. It's just not gonna happen. The dude's not. I appreciate his skill, his talent, but no.
I mean, our system is
Lamar
really
in
not
this
that
system-
complex, Dion. It's
I'm outta here.
It's really
Bro, let
not
me-
a complex system, brother.
Ryan has to get going. See you, Ryan.
I'm telling you
Leave
right
it,
now, Lamar would fail.
Yep,
He
that's
would
what I
fail.
said.
All right, I didn't hear you. All right, Ryan, you have a good night, brother.
All right, peace.
Peace.
Later, Ryan.
See ya.
I think just about any able-bodied quarterback would have
think
success in this system.
I think Lamar can be successful in this system, my personal opinion, but not for the money. That's where
No.
I'm not even discussing him.
Yeah, that's too
Period.
much. Yeah.
You're not going to get, like I said, you didn't bring the reason why you're able to bring Hargrave in the addition of adding Bosa with the contract you're going to give him is because where you're sitting at with the quarterback situation right now. And then you're
Yep.
going to bring Lamar and give him that money.
Exactly.
It's impossible. People that talk about Lamar possibly coming here, they don't understand the finance part of it. I don't know.
Yeah, they're looking at just the player and not the back end of things which is where it really matters.
Yes.
How much is this going to cost us? What are the numbers? What are the figures? Are we able to actually even do this? They just going, oh, Lamar's out there. Go get Lamar.
Yeah.
Those are those people who, once there's a high price free agent, they're like, yeah, we should sign him. Bro, this is not the old school
those
Eddie
guys
D
are
days
everywhere.
where we could sign anybody we wanted to.
That's right.
We can't do that no more.
It's called.
I think everybody
That
knows.
doesn't matter. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as a salary cap.
I think that everybody knows
Right?
that
What the salary? What is that?
What is a salary
if
cap?
you wanted to get Lamar, you guys know it would cost us some futures. And at least
Oh
a few
yeah,
players.
definitely.
You're talking
At this
And a
point, definitely at least one of our premier guys
Yep.
you're
would have to
looking
go.
at. So you got Debo, Ayuk. You could move off. You could move off next year's first round pick, a second round pick, and that should get it done. A
Let-
player, a first and a second, should get it done.
Well, with the tag that he has, you have to give up two first. You can't give up anything less.
You would have to give up Nick Bosa as a trade for Lamar.
Yeah, and ain't nobody doing that.
Why does it have to? Wait. Why does it have to be Bosa?
Because of the contract. That
because they're gonna want. They're not. Who else are they gonna take? They don't want. Look like this. There's no disrespect to any of the guys on our squad. No disrespect at all. But let me tell you something. Ain't nobody on that defense right now more valuable than Nick Bosa.
Yep.
Not a soul.
So you can't just give up. You can't give up next year's first, second, and the year after that.
No, you have to have the first round picks right now.
And
you have to have those two first because it's an exclusive rights free agent.
Yeah.
So Bosa will be considered that first round trade, and not only that, but you get Bosa off the books. You don't pay Bosa, you're able to pay Lamar. Also,
yes, pay both.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, we salary cap may go up, but it ain't that damn up. Hey, y'all, appreciate y'all letting me stop in. I got to get up out of here.
All right,
I will be back. I will be back on a more consistent basis. I'm so sorry, guys.
No.
And ladies and gents,
aren't you working,
brother?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I feel it.
I be grinding, bro. I be grinding, man. I'll let y'all.
All right, stay safe.
Peace.
I thought you had to go, Brandon.
His grandma kicked him out.
Yeah.
No, mom is.
Like, fuck,
His grandma seen a
DoorDash,
younger individual.
You know what? Whatever. Okay. Whatever.
He ain't in there. He dropped her off for bingo.
No, mom.
Yeah. Where you dropped off your date?
Listen, he forgot where he was going. He didn't go anywhere. He left grandma at home. Bingo's over.
Y'all too much, man.
It was daylight when you left, bro. It's straight dark.
Now it's dark now. Hey, we've been on this thing for an hour and a half, man.
Time
Prius died.
We sure have.
Dude, I saw last week we were on for 2.5 hours.
Yeah, but the conversation just flows here.
Yeah, that's what I like. That's what I like.
Still, why not?
Huh?
When you have 20 people watching, the conversation is as good as it is tonight.
Yeah, of course.
Why not?
Exactly.
You just want to go eat dinner.
Can you see what Sim says over there? The exclusive tag only activates if Lamar was to sign a qualifying offer with another team. That team would then owe the Ravens 2 firsts if Baltimore declines to match. Yeah. So then 2 futures would get it done.
It would, if that's what the Ravens want. But if they want a first now, then you would have to give a player. But if they're willing to take 2 future first, then yeah, that can be worked in as well. But it's up to the Ravens. But if they say we want a first this year or next year, then it will be Bosa or somebody up to that, and a first next year. But if they're like, yeah, give us 2 firsts, give us in 24 and 25, then they can work it out. And maybe they can take like a Kinlaw, or they can take somebody.
We should be able to work it out and still maintain Bosa.
Not financially,
I don't want him.
I mean, Patrick Mahomes got a $500 million contract. They're making it work.
Well, he got that big, but his cap hit is not going to start hitting to next year, where it's going to start hurting that team. If you look at the cap because I love looking at the cap and studying the cap.
I noticed you got it down, Beto.
Yeah, I love watching the cap, listening to the cap, and reading on it because I want to know. Because I love players coming to the Niners as like everyone else does. But I want to see who fits not only on the field, but in the bracket of the cap. What can financially fit so that I know that it's a possibility. Like people say, Lamar might be coming to the Niners. I look at the money, right? There's no way we can afford him. So I don't even feed into that. Could be, maybe, would be, because it's just no way he's going to fit in that bracket. Unless we trade Bosa and then we use that money towards Lamar. But signing Bosa to that lucrative contract that we're going to sign him, and we just brought in Hargrave at $84 million. Yeah, it's impossible. There's just no way they're going to be able to do that. The only reason they're doing it now is because once they're ready to sign a quarterback, whether it's Trey, whether it's Brock, Eric Armstead will be coming off the books, and they'll be able to either move him out and free up the cap space with him, or they'll build or a Kittle. So there's leeways, and plus the cap's going up every year too. But right now, it's impossible based on what we have to bring Lamar and keep Nick Bosa financially.
Okay. I mean, I always knew that it was a pipe dream. I really did. But I'd be lying to you if I didn't tell you that I was sitting here sometimes thinking to myself, what would it take in
would be
capital
nice. I would love to have
get it
Lamar.
done? But I also understood that Bosa was willing to take a pay cut, but nothing to the extent of bringing a quarterback here that wants to be paid, $200 million fully guaranteed. But good luck finding an organization that's going to give you $200 million.
And this is why the Ravens did what they did. That's why they put that type of franchise tag on them, exclusive, because they knew that teams are not willing to put all that money out front for a player that particularly can get hurt based on the style of play that he does. They don't want to invest all that money out front. Now, for Lamar, it's smart because if he gets hurt, he already got his bag. Good for him. But teams are like, wait a minute, you play the type of football you play. We don't know if you're going to be playing for the next few years. We're not going to give you all that. The reason why they did it with Watson is because Watson, he runs a little bit, but he's more of a pocket passer. He's not Lamar. Lamar is more at a risk of getting hurt than Watson. And even the Browns, they're just stupid for even starting this whole mess in the first place by giving that a contract to Watson. But there's no teams out there, and the Ravens know this. But the Ravens want Lamar to go out there and test the waters. And once they know that nobody wants him for that amount of money, he's going to come back to the Ravens and he's going to say, okay, I will work with you. And that's why the Ravens are not afraid, because they understand from a business standpoint, ain't nobody going to take that risk and give him all that front loaded money on a player that might be hurt and will not even finish with their organization. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. It does. We're paying many players right at the top of their position value. We're paying hefty contracts.
Yes, we are.
You still have Trent Williams to fall off. You still have George Kittle. There's a lot of money. There's some cap hits that are going to be ugly, and we kick the can down the road, and we're just prolonging. We're prolonging those cap hits until it gets so bad that we totally mess everything up.
And look what's happening look what happened to the Rams this year, John and everyone. The Rams kicked everything down the road to trying to win a championship. Now, good for them. They won one. Okay, they won a championship. They can sit there and say we won one, but at what cost? Look at all the players they lost now because of that cap hit. Now they have no choice but to get rid of these players and trade off the Ramseys and let go of the Floyds because they can't retain them, because now they're paying their dues on those cans that were kicked down the road. The Pipers, now asking to get paid and they can't afford it. Now they got their Super Bowl, but if you remember there was no cap back then, but you remember the 94 Niners when they brought it in and they bought a Super Bowl team, particularly in defense. We won a Super Bowl in 94, but we haven't won one since. And I think the Rams are going to find themselves in that same situation. They got their Super Bowl, but at what price? 10 years from now, 15 years from now, when they haven't won one yet, they're going to be like, maybe we should have sustained it a little bit longer. Maybe we would have won one, but we could have had a chance to win multiple. And that's one thing I like about the Niners. The Niners do things and they develop their players when they draft in the 5th, 6th, and 7th round to develop them so that where they know they're going to lose players like Emmanuel Mosley to free agents, but they brought in Lenore. They developed him. They knew they were going to lose the kid that went to the Jets, the left guard, but we brought in Aaron Banks to take his space. So the Niners are always thinking ahead, not just for this season, but for the following season, because they know they're going to lose players, and that's what I.
Oh yeah, no, I fully understand that, and I think I know that's essentially why we've always been competitive since 2019. We have really bought into who we drafted. We've developed them. We've let guys leave, get the bag elsewhere, and we just rinse and repeat. And that's why we're always so competitive. I fully understand it, and I'm proud of it. I love the thing. I love the way that we are developing the players in-house and making them relevant, because, you know, this is essentially why this franchise has been so successful. But we've also lost a great deal of talent and coaches in the process.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And we've lost a whole lot more than we've won.
You're referring to players, right?
Players and coaches.
Yeah. But even in the coaches, the way they develop coaches and minority coaches, to be more specific, they're able to lose coaches to head coaches. And I know what you mean by losing their skill sets, but we are able to get the fact that we have 3 third round comp picks this year is because of the general managers and head coaches that moved on to other organizations. And that's a credit to Kyle development of coaches, where he can bring minority coaches, coach them up, and then they move on to get better jobs for them, which is great for them. And we get top picks for them. And now
I think we just
use
started. I think we see the beginning of the season when we start off slow. I think we start to see those some of those losses in particular positional coaches. You know, we start to see things just start off slower, right? You know what I mean? And then slowly everything gels and we get in sync and we put it together. But I think I agree, Sam. I think our coaching staff is fine, but I just think that, you know, I just want to see San Francisco make a run and make a run with the right pieces in place. You know, we just don't know what Brock Purdy is going to be yet. We think that he's going to be okay, and I'm sure he'll be fine. As long as this team doesn't rush his recovery or rush his return time, because we love to rush players back from injuries. We love to do it. We love doing it. So I just want to see us do it the right way, man. You know, Trey gets his opportunity.
And there's a statement that Brandon made earlier that people kind of take lightly in a sense of accomplishment. I understand that in this organization, particularly the 49ers, is Super Bowl or bust. You want to win a Super Bowl. But the fact that the Niners were able to, John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan were able to take over a team, reconstruct it, bulldoze it down to the ground level and rebuild it, and be able to take this team to 3 NFC championship games and 1 Super Bowl appearance in 4 years is remarkable of how they structure their game plan on developing this team going forward. Now, we haven't won the biggest game, and that's just with the quarterback. I always compare Andy Reid. Andy Reid is a great coach. Now he has a 2 Super Bowl champ coach. But prior to Mahomes, he was always the guy that was labeled, he can get you to championships and Super Bowls, but he can't win the big one. He was able to cross that threshing floor once Mahomes came into play. If Kyle can get that quarterback that can stay healthy and he can work with, I think he will be able to cross that line as well. But getting to 3 championships, ideally that's not just enough. We want to get a Super Bowl, but you cannot underlook it either, because how many teams like the Dallas Cowboys are going 28 years now without even sniffing a championship game? You got other teams that haven't not even made it that far. And so that's something not to take lightly, but I understand our tradition here in San Francisco is Super Bowl bust, because we've been such a good organization, high class, that championships, and where other teams want just to get to the championship, we want to get to the Super Bowl and win it. So I understand when people are not just satisfied with championships, but you can't just overlook that, because that is a big accomplishment to do that with this regime.
Yeah, I think we're going to have another great season this coming up year as well, no matter what the quarterback situation is.
Hopefully we'll figure it out soon, because that quarterback is important, very important component. Like I think John mentioned earlier, and I'm not a Jimmy G fan. That guy, we knew his limitations and everything, but in that Super Bowl, yes, did he overthrow Emmanuel Sanders? Yes, but nobody talks about the defense giving up 21 points in the late.
Our defense collapsed. Our defense collapsed.
They gave up 21 points in the fourth quarter to the end, like within
Yep.
10 minutes left. Nobody sees that. Everybody wants to sit there and say that he didn't get the ball
Hey,
to Emmanuel
also,
Sanders, but 21 points
al-
is a lot of points to give up.
hey, also too is George Kittle also said this in that interview as well, that he thinks that we would have beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl if we were to make the Super Bowl with Purdy and everything.
With Purdy, yeah, I got you.
Well, the way that Purdy was playing, and the way he was running this offense and able to make quick decisions and make the reads, and most importantly, they were not no delay of game penalties. So the information was being processed from the helmet, from Kyle to the helmet, and for him getting it and giving it out to the players quick enough. And that's just a testament of how good this kid is in the sense of processing everything, and also able to avoid defenders and get out of sticky situations. John Lynch said himself, they knew what they had in him as a person, but they didn't know he was as athletic as he showed out to be. They were surprised by that. They're like, man, this kid is more athletic than we thought he would be. Now, I'm not saying Brock is the guy. I hope it's Trey. But I just, honestly, guys, whether it's Trey, Brock, Sam Darnold, where I just want a consistent quarterback like we had it with Joe Montana for years and Steve Young. I just want a quarterback that we can start winning championship with and not just rely on the defense.
And this is our
just
guy
does
for the
defense.
next 10 years, right?
Yeah. I want that guy that we have for the next 10 years, that our defense is a plus, not something that just with our defense. I want that quarterback. I want that because even with 21 points that the defense gave up, I still believe too that in the Super Bowl, if we would have had Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen, I don't think the Niners defense would have gave up to 21. Why? Because we would have been able to put so many more points on the board that the defense would have been able to pin their ears back and go after the quarterback and not play conservative. And that's based on the quarterback. And I want that quarterback that you can win, because we know we can win with a good defense, right? But if the defense doesn't show up, can you win with Jimmy? We knew we couldn't. Can you win with Brock? Possibly. Can you win with Troy? I would hope so. Even with Sam. Now, they all quarterbacks can do the dink and dunks, right? Throw the ball here and there. But they're relying on a great defense performance to sustain it. If the defense doesn't show up, then what?
Defense doesn't show up, you got to have that one play type quarterback to get air that shit down the field. That big play.
The dink and dunk offense was originated for a weaker quarterback.
Yes.
So I just think that if you're an accurate quarterback and you have a very decent skill set, you don't have to be Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen to get it done.
Agreed.
Especially if the dink and dunk offense is including all of these excellent playmakers that we have, guys that are going to get open in space. Like look, man, I mean, we just need to figure out who the guy is going to be. And unfortunately, that's been the downfall here. We just don't know who the guy is going to be. We suffer injuries, and we cloud that decision.
Yeah, and I think the Niners are trying to figure that out, and that's why they're looking at Brock and Trey, and they're hoping that Trey. Listen, I'm really praying that Trey steps up and proves everybody wrong, all the naysayers of what they say about him. I hope he comes in and has a strong camp, because I'm telling you, if he cannot even forget about Brock, forget about Brock taking over and it's Trey's team. If Trey cannot even beat up Sam Darnold in training camp, we got bigger problems than Brock.
Of course.
Okay, to be honest. So a lot of us, we don't like Brock. We want Trey, but Trey has to beat out Sam Darnold for sure. Even if Trey struggles and they give it to Brock, but he needs to at least beat Sam Darnold in camp. If he doesn't do that, and Sam Darnold is week 1 starter, that's going to say a lot more than I need to know about Trey, unfortunately.
No, I agree, and I think that's a very fair point. That's a very fair point. The truth is, Trey Lance gets his opportunity to win back his job and be the leader of the clubhouse, so to speak, right? I mean, he doesn't even have to be better than Brock. He just has to do as well as Brock. He just has to do as well.
Yep.
You don't have to blow the wheels off the bus, bro. You don't have to be better. You just have to be as efficient and win games. There's no reason for you to lose your job if Brock comes back healthy by, let's say, week 8, week 9, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, you just have to be efficient.
Agree.
Just be efficient. Just win games.
I'm telling you, if Trey comes in, we know he can throw the deep ball. He has the arm. But if he can be more accurate in the little and take some of that strength off his arm and throw those little balls to a Kittle, a Uke, and not overthrow them like he has been, and he's able to fix that and get his accuracy going, you better believe that the skill sets that Trey brings to the table are much better than Brock's, because Trey can do everything that Brock does and more. Mm-hmm. Brock, I don't think he can do everything that Trey does and more. See, so that's where the difference between both quarterbacks, but they want Trey to be able to get that ball to Kittle, to Debo, so that Debo can make that play. But if you're overthrowing Debo on the 5-yard or 10-yard, then if you're not accurate and you can't do that, we know you can do the deep ball, but he needs to be accurate on those short-term passes. If he can accomplish that, there's no way they're going for Brock. They'll keep Brock on the bench.
I believe, Beto, that can be true. I just think that, the kid's needs to stay healthy, right? He's got to stay healthy.
And foremost, yeah.
And more than 80 some snaps isn't going to polish off any of those things that what we want or expect.
I agree.
The kid just needs more reps. He's got to stay healthy, and he's got to get in there and do his thing. It's just unfortunate that the clock is ticking, and they've already got your ass halfway out the door.
Well,
you have a lot of adversity to overcome, and it's going to be a tough position to put the kid in.
Absolutely.
I mean, we can sit here and sing it from the rooftops, but at the end of the day, the adversity that's lingering over Trey Lance is far more than any other quarterback's had to do.
Yep.
He's in a tough spot.
Yeah, this is why the injury that happened to him this offseason that happened, where he got hurt against the Seahawks, really bothered me for him, because if there was a year for him to have a season that he can make as many mistakes and growing pains, was the 2022 season, because they didn't know nothing. They knew what Brock could be, but Brock, you know what? Forget it. Brock wasn't even drafted yet, so forget about it. They didn't even know about Brock, or they knew some of them, but he wasn't on the team. Jimmy was out the door. He was not going to be here for the long term. So that was opportunity to give a long leash to Trey, and says, okay, even if we're losing, we're going to go ride with you because we have no one else to turn to but you. But now, and this is just my opinion, now that they got a taste from Brock and what Brock can do in 8 games and the way he played in those 8 games, not just that he won, but the way he played in those games, now they feel that leash for Trey went from being this long to this long now. Now, because they know what they have in Brock, I don't think they're going to give Trey that fair chance that they would have gave him in 2022.
It's going to be the shortest leash I've ever seen for a third-year quarterback.
It shouldn't be, because there's no guarantee that the kid's going to come back and light it up.
Oh no! The best thing for Trey and Brock, well, I don't know for Brock. It wouldn't be good for Brock because Brock wants to win that position as well. We have our favorites, whatever. They just want to be the QB1, Trey for himself and Brock for himself. But if Brock can't come in for whatever reason, the arm's not healing, the elbow's not healing as fast as he wanted to, the doctor's not approving it. This is the chance for Trey to really take off. Trey cannot afford to stumble. You have margin of error.
Look at Sim. Look what Sim says here, Beto. Trey has 3 to 7 games to show what he's got.
Yes,
so
I agree.
In theory, he's got 3 preseason games and potentially 4 regular season games to win over the fan base and show Kyle and John, I can be as good as Brock Purdy.
And I got to believe that Kyle will run with Trey. I got to believe they're going to run with their investment if that's the case. If they believe that Trey can do it, they're not. I doubt it that they're going to be like, nope, we we like Trey. I mean, excuse me, we like Brock, so we're going to bring Brock no matter what. No, they will stick and they will run with Trey, but Trey has to win them over, just like Brock did, and no fault of his own. He came in and took advantage of his situation, and he ran with it. Brock,
There's no pressure for Brock, right? Brock came in QB3. Unfortunate circumstances.
That's a good point.
My first quarterback and my second quarterback went down.
That's a good
I'm
point.
going to go out here and show you what I got. The kid's had a successful career in a Power 5 conference. He's
limited.
Got more experience. It's the experience that's always going to trump Trey Lance, so to speak.
Right now,
even with Sam Darnold, the 80 snaps or so that Trey Lance has under his belt versus how many snaps does Darnold have?
Oh, he has a lot.
He has a lot.
And a lot
sucked,
in the NFL, too.
But he still has a lot. His experience in the league could essentially, prevail over Trey Lance if the cards were to fall in the wrong way, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I get it, man. I get it. It's unfortunate that Trey's entire career as a 49er relies on a few preseason games and a handful of regular season games. And that's it. If you're really not shocking us, if you're not really surprising us and doing enough in those 7 games, that's it. The guy's gone.
Yep. And I don't think that the win and losses in particular would be the reason why they pull Trey or not. I think it's the style of play that he does. If he loses a game, but he goes in there and plays back and forth and shows a lot of great things, but they just happen to lose, I think they'll stick with him. But if they lose and Trey has 2 interceptions or overthrows Ayuk a few times, overthrows CMC, and it starts struggling there, the patience will grow very low. And then if Brock is given the okay, they'll bring him in. But I'm rooting for Trey. I like Brock. I like what I've seen in Brock. I think we can win in games with Brock, but I always loved Trey in college. I wanted Trey to be drafted. I wanted to be successful. Will they give him a chance? I don't know. But does he have an opportunity to showcase what he can do? Listen, if Brock would have never got hurt in the Phillies game, even if we would have lost the Phillies game or lost in the Super Bowl, whatever, Brock would have still be starting this offseason, right? He would be starting the OTAs, starting as a
I guess so. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
So now Trey has that opportunity, right? Now Trey got that blessing in disguise, per se, that Brock got hurt.
But he knows that his leash is this big, Beto. He knows that my leash, my opportunity to be a San Francisco 49er is this much.
Yep.
I've got to win, like Sim said. I got to win. I got to go 3-1 or 4-0 to retain the QB1 status, right?
And even if it's not in San Francisco, but he needs to show that for even other teams to come knocking at his door.
Yeah, but what happens if it's not because of Trey Lance that this team goes 3-1 or 4-0? What if it's a Jimmy situation where the team, the run game, and the defense essentially carry this young man to a 3-1 or 4-0 victory?
That's not going to be
He's
enough.
done.
Yep.
He's done.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, Sim and I, he keeps me balanced. This dude, when I get out of my head, this dude brings me back to earth. He made a great point one day. He said, no one can honestly say, now he didn't say this verbatim, but basically he says, no one can really say that Trey Lance didn't get a fair shot. Okay? Because, he got hurt. Essentially, he got hurt. He had an opportunity. Sim, and help me out here because I'm gonna butcher this because I have the memory of a fucking leaf. Anyway, basically Sim was like, look, John, the kid, you can't say the kid didn't get a fair shot, because when he was given the opportunity, he got injured.
Yep.
And unfortunately the injuries were part of it, So he got hurt. It's no one's, it's not his fault that he got hurt, unfortunately got hurt. So I try to see it the way that Sim and I discussed it once before in a chat. And I'm trying to wrap my head around it to say, you know what? to say it's not been fair, and even if it's not fair in some regard, it's not entirely his fault. They mismanaged the Jimmy situation. His rookie year, they should have moved off Jim and given Trey Lance that rookie year to have his ups and downs and bumps and bruises along the way. But they made a mess of that situation with Jim. So he stuck around, and it is what it is. Yeah, and Sim says he got hurt 3 times in less than 3 years.
Yep.
Broken finger, banged up knee, cracked ankle. It's all unfortunate, but it's football, right? So
It is.
It's very reasonable. It's a very reasonable explanation if you're going to say he didn't get a fair chance. There's context there.
Correct.
Some of it is a little bit unfair, but it's no fault to him, right?
Yeah.
And when he was given the opportunity, the unfortunate circumstances arose, right? He got hurt.
That is correct. Which is unfair
so-
for Trey. But the chances were given to him. It's just that, and a lot of times when I hear that Kyle runs coaches.
That rookie year, though, Beto, I'm sorry, that rookie year, though, that really should have been his year to develop.
They should have just shipped Jimmy out of town and just
It truly should have been his opportunity.
put your foot on the gas and go with the guy you were so aggressive to move up for. Just let's stop with this.
See,
Come on,
I
guys.
gotta believe that when Trey came into camp, they had this type of expectation of what they were getting in camp, and then the fact that he could not beat out Jimmy, okay, being a third overall pick in the first round, could not beat up on a washed up second round pick in Jimmy in camp, kind of put the pressure on them to kind of stay with Jimmy for one more year.
But Trey was having his
guarantee you-
moments, though. He was having his days where people saying he looked a lot better than Jimmy in camp.
But
With
not
the big
enough
plays.
to blow them away. Because I guarantee you, even if he had bad days, but he was just like kicking Jimmy's ass all over the field on OTAs, I guarantee Jimmy wouldn't have been here. They would have went with that
I
insurance.
swear, I'm starting to think it's Kittle and Juice just telling the coach, no, we got to stick with Jimmy. We won with him in the past, regardless of what Trey was doing. I'm almost thinking that way now.
Man, I mean, we've played sports. If you have a guy, you got your guy. But I just think that when Juice made the remark that that we can go back to playing 49er football or whatever it was something along those lines.
God,
That
I
was
can't stand that guy now.
that was devastating. That was devastating to me because I'm just like, geez, like, what are you doing, guy? Like, what are we saying here? Like, why are we instilling so much doubt and so much? Why aren't we just supporting everyone equally?
You
What
would
is
think
it?
that should be the case, right?
Even if
The
you
best
don't,
player
even if
should
you
be
don't
on the
believe
field
in Trey
regardless of
Lance,
politics, regardless of any politics.
sure.
That's how it should be.
Sure, but the Cabo crew has influence in that locker room, and it's just unfortunate. It's just unfortunate.
But the best thing for Trey, honestly, to shut everybody up is just what he does on the field. If Trey comes in and just kills it, I'm telling you, what he does on the field will turn around everybody's head. He'll win over Kittle. He'll win over whoever Juice. He'll win over anybody.
Yeah.
If you're consistent, though, not spurts of flashes of what you can do, you got to be consistent in it. And if they see it day in and day out in practice, they will ride with you. But I don't think they see it in Trey. They're not trying to be a dick towards Trey, but they don't have the confidence in him. Look at the way they supported Brock. And you would think that's unfair to Trey. They really jumped on Brock's. Even Kittle, which played for the different college of what do you call it? MSS of
Iowa.
however you say that. And yet they got along. It's because it's what can you do for me now, not what you've done for me lately. If Trey can come in here, and we're going to be wrapping up the show, by the way. If he can come in here and show us that he can be consistent and he's improving every game, every practice, he can win him over. But if he's like really good on Monday, okay on Tuesday, oh, he really is bad on Wednesday. Oh, he's good again on Thursday. That inconsistency is not going to fly. You got to show consistency. Hopefully he can bring it. Sometimes players need somebody to be right in their ass to get pressure on them to do better, to strive. maybe
Yeah.
maybe he's one of them. Maybe
That's why I
he'll-
think this Darnold thing is a good idea. Let's do it. Let's
Yeah.
bring the best out of Trey.
And at the worst case scenario, if he plays them better and he wins his game, me as a fan, I have no dog in the race. I want the best one I support. Do I like Trey? Yes. Do I like Brock? I don't know Sam Darnold yet. I want to see what he can do for me and my team in order for me to start liking him from that perspective. But if he comes in there, Sam Darnold comes in and starts killing, we're winning games like we did with Brock, and he's throwing those bombs and he's doing everything. Hey, I'll start supporting him. Am I going to go buy his jersey? No, but I'm going to support him, until he shows me otherwise.
Yeah.
But with that said, any closing but comments you want to make, plug in your channel, John, and then we'll have Bashar plug in his, and then we'll call it a night.
All right. Family, it's been a great night. It's been a great night. You can catch me at the Locker Room Rant on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern. I don't know what that is for everybody all over the country. You figure that out. It's a great time, man. I enjoy this. Beto, Bash, thank you for having me. Chat, you guys are awesome. Sim, my man, Christy, always good to see you. 49er Media, G9, good to see everyone. The conversation was excellent. Everybody just support any content creator that you want. It's an oversaturated 49ers content creation land on YouTube. Find the folks that you like and support them when you can. Give them a like, subscribe, drop in, give them a hi, just give everybody a little bit of support. It's good to see this community thrive. And this particular situation here with the 49ers, what do we call this channel?
Podcast
Beto?
Network, 49er podcast, 49ers
Podcast.
Network.
Yeah, there you go. Fantastic. It's a round table of a lot of the creators that have been getting into this the last couple of years, trying to build their brand and make the platform a little more enjoyable.
Appreciate that.
I appreciate you guys. Thanks for all the support.
Thank you so much for being part of it and be part of the team, man. Appreciate you. Bashar, where can they find you and what you got going on?
Oh, it's very easy to find me on social media. If you just look up 49er Minded on YouTube, it's on Twitter. It's the same name, 49er Minded. Twitter page. I put up a lot of my updates for my upcoming shows. If you don't get them on the community tab on the YouTube channel, you'll see them on my Twitter. And tomorrow I'm actually doing a spinoff for my channel. It's going to be about old school wrestling nostalgia. It's going to be called From Parts Unknown. That's with Lawrence Jackson Jr. from Platform 246. So him and I are going to co-host that. It's going to be a lot of fun talking about old school wrestling. And I'm always doing Niner Talk on my channel. We got some mock drafts coming up, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Awesome, man. Awesome. And you guys are already watching me on my channel already as well here on the Niner Sickness Podcast. Saturday nights, we have 49er Trivia. If you're not doing anything on Saturday nights at 5:15 Pacific Standard Time, come and join me at the Niner Sickness Podcast. We do trivia night. We give away prizes, and we have lots of fun doing trivia. And then every Thursday at 7 p.m. here on the 49er Podcast Network doing our thing. And also myself, Mariah, and Ryan from No Border Sports, we have our newest show on Tuesdays, and we rotate channels amongst us three, 49ers and friends. Come and check that out. Come and support Mariah's channel, 49er Faithful Lee. Support Ryan and No Border Sports, and then my channel, Niner Sickness Podcast, so that you can watch all of our shows on our individual channels. But most importantly, make sure to hit that notification bell, because you don't know what channel we're going to be on. That way you will be notified when we do go live on Tuesdays. Guys, it was fun. It was great topics. We did a lot of great conversations tonight. We got to continue to bring this every Thursday. Thank you guys for coming on, for all those that came on earlier, and for those in the chat. Again, without you guys, we are just here talking amongst ourselves. So we want to just say thank you for you guys coming into the chat. We're 18 strong after 2 hours of video. That means we kept you guys entertained. So we appreciate you guys. Until the next time, have a wonderful night, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.
See ya.